My friend Nina gave me a question, and actually, she says it's a couple questions, but when you read it all the way through, it's one question in many parts. Does Source God have thoughts? I understand we are all one in Source, but what defines my consciousness as separate from someone else's consciousness? It seems that even when we return to Source, we retain some individuality. Yes. Well, so I can only talk from my personal experience and from what I've gleaned from near-death experiences that people have talked about and from the teachings themselves and comparing all that information and coming to a consensus. So does God's Source have thoughts? God's Source is the collective consciousness of us all. So I would say the collective consciousness of us all has thoughts. But within that collective consciousness, there is the consciousness of us individually. I would absolutely say that it's kind of, what you're asking is kind of undefinable here. It's kind of unexplainable here. And sometimes mysteries have to be okay to be mysteries because we don't know, right? I can tell you from my experience of crossing over that I was very much myself. I was very much an individual when I crossed over. So I know I was there, and I know I was separate, and I know I was told I wasn't supposed to be there. All right? So there's definitely an individuality that's over there. Now, when you talk to people who have near-death experiences, they talk about the life review. And the life review is a fascinating thing for me because what they talk about in the life review is not just them experiencing their life. They're experiencing their life through not only themselves, but all the people they interacted with. All the people they interacted with. So they're experiencing it from their perspective. So they're one with them, but they still have the individuality to understand what was actually going on with someone else, with other people. So I believe I personally believe we retain our individuality, but we have an understanding of the nature of our oneness, and we have an understanding of the experience, not only from our perspective, but from other people's perspective. We're here to experience, and when we cross back over, we experience the other side of the experience, if that makes any sense. So yes, I believe 100% we can retain our individuality, but as a collective consciousness, we are also one, and God is that, what we would call that one. And things happen in grand scales because of the collective consciousness, and on smaller scales because of the individual consciousness. And when the individual consciousness become in alignment towards a certain large outcome, then the God consciousness creates it. So that's my thought on it. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just my truth about it. The question is, what's your truth about it? The question is, what do you believe about it? For me, it's pretty simple. We're all one, and when we're on the other side, we know what the other ones know. So that's interesting. So you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.